Hi, today I'm going to be showing you my pattern haul from McCall's. So McCall's recently had a huge clearance sale, and so it included all of their patterns: Vogue, Butterick, Quick Sew, McCall's, and so I stocked up on a bunch of patterns. I have McCall's patterns. The first one is McCall's M8029. It's a Mrs. Wool cape coat. And I really like this pattern. It's really unique and it's something that I've been seeing a lot of. This one can be used with wool blends, wool flannel, Melton wool, and fleece. The second one is McCall's M8019. It is a Mrs. Fleece coat. It can use fleece, cuddle fleece, velour, and interlock. I really like how it has the elastic along the hem and the sleeves. It makes it really easy and quick and simple, and I think it makes for a really cute coat. The next one is McCall's M7997. It's a Mrs. Tuxedo jacket dress. I like this because it's unique. It's definitely been something that I've been seeing a lot in magazines, on the runway. So it can use wool blends, gabardine, crepe, suiting, and then it also needs a lining fabric. I really like View B. I think that's the one that I want to do with the sleeves and the straight hem. Next is McCall's M7717. This is a pattern that I've had in my stash for a little while, but the only problem was I had ordered the wrong size. So this time around I ordered the correct size, which is the larger pattern envelope. I really like the sleeve options for these dresses. I think if anything, I will use this as just for the sleeves, but I also like how simple the bodice of the dresses or the silhouette. So in the views, they just have a waistband and then some princess seams. I really like View C and View B, so I like those sleeves a lot, these two. I think that's what I would be making. Next one is McCall's M6028. It's a very simple sheath dress. I think this is a perfect staple. I was surprised I didn't have this already in my pattern collection, and so I was quick to jump on this one before it went out of print. This one uses broadcloth, cotton blends, lightweight linen, wool crepe, silk rayon. It has princess seams, a back zipper. Next is McCall's M7124. It's a David Tutera princess kind of prom dress. I think this is amazing. Anytime I see a really fancy, complicated pattern like this, I jump on it. I mean, even if I don't end up making it, I know somebody down the line will really want this, really utilize this. I love the ruffles on this. I think this is really fun. This is definitely unique. It's not something that, I mean, you can drape and you can try to figure it out on your own, but if you can just find a pattern like this, even if it's just to see how it's constructed and look at the pattern pieces, I think this is a really great find. Next is McCall's M7465. So this is just a Mrs. Knit dress with a cowl neckline and a little ruching along the side seams. I really liked this because it was simple. I don't have a lot of cowl neck patterns in my collection. This would probably just be a really easy make. And I already have a lot of stretch knits that I don't necessarily know what to do with. I sew a lot more with woven fabrics. So with this one, I figured it might be something I can whip up in an afternoon. Next is McCall's M7468. I really liked this. I think it has a lot of style to it. Although there is only 2 views and all it is different lengths. I think this is a really nicely designed, creative pattern, and I really like and appreciate these. There's not a lot of patterns out there like this, and I think it's really pretty. I like the print they use, especially all the striping. It creates a really good visual effect. Then we have McCall's M7591. I don't know how I overlooked this one. This has been on the website for a while, but I really like the crisscross racerback look to it. I don't have a lot of patterns with a racerback, so I thought this would be a really nice simple make. So for this, you can use knits, challis, crepe de chine, and cotton lawn. Personally, I probably would use a chiffon type fabric for this. It has a nice overlay to it on the bodice, and I think it's a really nice light and flowy dress. And last from McCall's, I have M7931. It's just a very simple bias cut skirt. I could have made the pattern myself, but I thought, hey, McCall's has it. It's only $3. I'll buy it. I have a ton of little printed like crepe de chines and lightweight fabrics that I would probably use for this. It's a very simple make. You either can use a satin, a crepe de chine, or challis. View D says it calls for sheer fabric, so I suppose you could put a lining under it. Yeah, all it has is a 7-inch visible zipper and a hook and eye. So next up, I was watching the YouTube channel What Abby Makes, and she had a video about her pattern collection and how she organizes her patterns. And although she has a very small pattern collection, she has a lot of really nice selected patterns, including a lot of retro patterns from Butterick. And so I was really inspired by what she had bought, and I looked on the website, and luckily most, if not all of them, were still available. So I purchased them for myself. First up is Butterick B5209. It's a Mrs. Retro pattern from 1947. I love the halter look. This one has either halter with sleeves or without sleeves, and a really full skirt, a really cool waistband. I think this is a really nice pattern. The next one is B5708. I bought this one because it comes with a ton of different options for your sleeve. So it has really interesting sleeve ties. If you look on the back, you can see, so they've tied it in a bunch of different ways. I think this is really interesting and unique. It's from 1953. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet, but I love this pattern. I love the options that it comes with. Next, for Butterick, for retro Butterick, I have B5748. This is a 1960s dress. Very simple, but I have several brocade fabrics that I want to use that I feel like need this kind of silhouette of a dress. If you look on the back, you can see it. There's two views, very similar, but view A has a little bow. I think it's really cute. Like I said, really simple. I buy these patterns because I know that they're going to fit me really well. McCall's uses a really nice fit model that works for me and my body type. This pattern can use broadcloth, shantung, linen, pique, and needs a 14-inch zipper, and purchase petticoat if you want to make it really full. Next up for Butterick Retro, it's B6454. It's a 1950s pattern. So I saw this one and I thought, is this for Barbies? It looks like it's made for a little Barbie doll, but I was like, oh my gosh, if this is full size, I have to have it. This is really unique. This is like that David Totero dress. I'm gonna buy it even if I don't use it, just to see how it's constructed. I know somewhere, someone down the line is definitely gonna be able to utilize this dress. So this one calls for satin taffeta, lightweight damask, broadcloth, sateen, and cotton blends. View C and D also call for organza, lace, and novelty shears. So if you look on the back, view A and view B are very similar. The only difference is the length, but it also comes with a cover up, a shawl. So I like that option as well. You don't see that a lot. I really, really like this pattern. The next one is Butterick B6582. Love. Very similar to the other pattern in terms of these bow ties here, but I like how it comes with different body types. This one comes with either sheath dress, a full-bodied skirt, and I like the neckline on this. If you see, it's a little crisscross in the front. I'm really interested to see how that's constructed. And lastly, from the Butterick Retro, I have B6055. This is a 1950s pattern. I love, love, love the pockets on it. When I saw Abby's video on it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy it just for the pockets. There's only one view, and like I said, it's very simple, but I really like the pockets, and I'm really interested to see how this is constructed. So once again, this is a 1950s pattern. So I have two more Butterick patterns. So I have B5966. This is just a Mrs. coat, and I really like this. I don't have a lot of coats in my pattern stash, so I wanted to just add a few more. This one calls for wool, tweed, and poplin. I like how it comes with color blocking option. If you look on the back, you can see it comes in short and long lengths, and then a little belt. Very cute, very simple. I like this one. And lastly, from Butterick, I got B6654. It's a woman and child's dress, which honestly, I bought it because I saw the fabric that they used, which is a African wax print. And I had recently bought an African wax print, which I'm currently making and utilizing, but I thought, what another unique pattern to use for that fabric. It's kind of a stiffer fabric. It can create a lot of volume, but it's not always so easy to make. It's not soft. It's not gonna contour to your body. So I really like this pattern. There's only two views. It's just the Mrs. dress and the child's dress. So really, really like this. Very simple wrap dress with a fun sleeve. Going off of the coats, the one quick sew pattern I bought was this coat pattern. It's K4255. I like the color blocking on this. It's not something that I usually think of doing, but it's definitely something like if you have some fabric laying around in your stash, but it's not quite enough, it's possible for you to do blocking. I like this option, and I'm definitely going to be thinking about that the next time I'm out looking at fabrics, especially like coat fabrics. It could get really expensive or really fast, because if you want a nice quality coat, this one calls for wool blends, tweed, brocade, boiled wool, and cotton types. So anything that's like a little heavier is probably going to be at least $30 a yard and up. So this one calls for between 1 3/8 to 2.5 per fabric. So yeah, you don't need a whole lot of fabric. You can get 1 to 2 yards of each one and then make this pattern. You can see the color blocking variations. It comes with a belt as well. There's that. And then for Vogue, I got V9288. It says very easy Vogue. I don't know how this is very easy. It looks very complicated to me, but I love this cape coat dress. It is amazing. It calls for medium weight woolens, fleece, or denim, which is really interesting. I've seen this a lot going around on Instagram. I've seen a lot of wools. I've seen a lot of plaids. Honestly, I think this would be really nice in a solid or a print. It just depends on how ambitious you are, how flamboyant you want to be. But I really, really like this. I feel like you could put a really nice, fun print lining underneath it. That'd be really cool. I'm really excited. There's just a couple of variations in length for this pattern. It comes with really fun, funky pockets. Has these circular pockets that are angled. And then it also has this button detail along the front. I really like the silhouette of it and the style lines that they incorporated. I like how the cape comes over your shoulder, but then it like sits nicely. It looks fabulous. The next one is also a coat pattern from Vogue. It's V9136. This is really, really simple in terms of very little style lines. I bought this because I had a fabric that was really interesting. It's like a tweed, but it has patches of fur on it. So I wanted the fabric to stand out. I didn't want there to be a lot of seams. I didn't want to like lose the fur within the seams. So I bought this for that purpose. I ended up using something different, but I still really like how simple it is. It's a little boxy. You can see here, there's a couple of options. I think I would make the belt a little tighter in the back. That's just me. I like my coats to be a little more fitted, but I really like the variety of necklines of the collars. It looks really cool how it stands up like that. And lastly, from Vogue, I got a vintage Vogue pattern, originally from 1949. It's V1669. Talk about fabulous. I mean, Vogue, ugh, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this. I love the collar. I love the silhouette. I think you can just pop your collar and walk away like, oh, I don't have to talk to you. I'm fabulous. So there's a couple of options. The option is to do a little color blocking. So it calls for men's suiting. Don't know what that could be. I feel like that's kind of open. Men's suiting, flannel, tweed, or lightweight woolens. So for contrast, for A, it says taffeta, satin, or velvet. And for interfacing, it says to use a hair canvas. So this one is probably going to be more complicated since it is a vintage pattern and it's a nicely constructed coat, but I think this would look amazing after you're done. Lastly, the two patterns I have are from Closet Case Patterns. So I was looking around at independent designers. A lot of the times I end up just buying from McCall's because they're really cheap. They're always having sales, whether it's at Joann's or on their website. But I was like, you know what? I really want to get more into indie patterns and I want to support independent designers. So I bought two patterns from Closet Case. They're both jackets. I think that they do a fabulous job with the construction, the style lines of their patterns. So for the first jacket, I got the Jessica Blazer. Love this pattern. I think this looks really nice. I'm interested to see how it fits. I know that McCall's patterns generally fit me pretty well. The only adjustments I usually need to make are at the waistline because I have a short torso. So I'm wondering if this is going to fit me nearly the same or if this is going to be completely different. Like I said, I usually use McCall's, so I'm interested to see how different independent pattern designers fit me. This pattern calls for medium weight suiting and coating such as wool melton, wool flannel, crepe, and tweed. Also velvet and heavy medium weight cotton and linen. So this is really pretty. I think I would line this with a really fun print. I love prints. If I could make this and make it look fabulous, I think I would end up making like 5 of these and just wearing them to work every single day. Here's the back of the blazer. Very simple. I like the patch at the elbow. That's a fun touch. Lastly, I have the sienna coat from Closet Case Patterns. I just love their watercolor prints. I like how their patterns are really consistent. I think visually it looks really amazing. It definitely stands out. But I bought the sienna pattern because I really liked the coat options. If you look on the back, you can see they have different lengths and a couple of different like pocket placements. I think this is super nice. It calls for durable woven fabrics like denim, twill, canvas, and mid to heavyweight linen. And it also needs some interfacing. So I like this. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet or when I'm going to make it. But I think that both of these patterns from Closet Case are really good staple patterns. So thank you for watching. I know that was a lot of patterns. I just counted my stash and I have somewhere around 400 patterns, 393 at the moment to be exact. I love my patterns. I love McCall's patterns especially. But now that I'm getting into independent designer patterns, I feel like it's only going to grow even more, especially now that you can download on the computer. You can buy PDF patterns as well as physical copies. So I'm very excited to get started. I know I have a couple of projects planned with some of these patterns in mind. So I'm excited to get started on that and to show you guys how they turn out. If you aren't already subscribed, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Until next time, keep sewing.